This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, article in the description box as always. But before you go over there and give it a read, if you're going to give it a read, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. So far we're chipping away at the boxing world, but let's make a huge crack on it. Once we hit the number that I have in mind, we're going to release the Kraken. And no, that is not subliminal for knob. Now, there's an article here, as I said, it's in the description box, where Eddie Hearn has spoken about a fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Of course, should Anthony Joshua be successful against whomever it may be on June the 1st, I think the favourite right now is Andy Ruiz Jr. Outside favourite, potentially creeping back in, is Luis Ortiz, and also Michael Hunter and Trevor Bryan, apologies, as well as, or maybe somebody else that we don't really talk about, who knows. But he's saying that he doesn't believe a fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder will happen because Deontay Wilder already has a plan in place given to him by the PBC, Al Heyman, etc. And this is what Eddie Hearn had to say, and then we'll have a little chat about it. What worries me is that everybody in the business tells me that Wilder has been told, and all these fighters have been told, that his next fights are Luis Ortiz and Adam Kownacki. That worries me because the only fight we want next is Deontay. But they've got a plan to fight these other guys in place. Eddie Hearn's statement. Now, I said this to you guys a little while ago, that all the things that we're hearing, I think it was Lou DiBella pretty much let the cat out of the bag. And the manager or co-promoter of Adam Kownacki also let the cat out of the bag as well, where Lou DiBella was saying that Luis Ortiz has some kind of agreement in place that he will rematch Deontay Wilder. Adam Kownacki also has that. Now with Adam Kownacki, we know that he's going to be fighting Robert Helenius next, and then he's going to have a bit of time off. I'm presuming it's because his wife is pregnant, so he's going to be spending probably the rest of the year looking after her, going through the final stages of her pregnancy, giving birth, all that kind of thing, spending some time with the new baby. And then he's going to be back out again in the summer to take on Deontay Wilder. But of course, everything depends on Deontay Wilder, first of all, getting past Dominic Breazeale in May. Nothing in boxing is a given, so you never know. Dominic Breazeale could upset the whole apple cart. He really could. But this is something that I said, and a lot of people also said, that the PBC potentially don't want Wilder fighting Anthony Joshua, either A, because they're not confident, or B, because it's not on their shows, as in Showtime or Fox. So they're going to make sure that all plans are in place. They don't want Luis Ortiz fighting Joshua. They don't want Adam Kownacki fighting Joshua, or anybody outside of the PBC. They want all their fights in-house, which from a business sense is perfectly acceptable, okay? And it's understandable is probably the better word. But ultimately, if it carries on and some of the fighters start feeling like they're missing out on a lot of money, for example, Wilder has had to turn down, he has turned down a rumoured $120 million to fight on DAZN against Anthony Joshua. Is he going to make that kind of money fighting Joshua on Showtime? Is he going to make that kind of money fighting Luis Ortiz, Adam Kownacki and Dominic Breazeale? Who knows, right? But unlikely. Very, very unlikely. So, of course, I have seen a lot of people talking about the Muhammad Ali Act. I'm not an expert on that, so I don't want to go into it too much. But the basics that I know is it's there in place to protect the fighters if other people are stopping them from earning and keeping them away from certain fights. But listen, I don't know about that. But for Eddie Hearn to say that he's been told by people in the business, well, it must be the same people that told me as well, because I knew this, and a lot of you guys knew it too, that if he is successful over Dominic Breazeale, he will then fight Luis Ortiz and then Adam Kownacki. In fact, Wilder has pretty much already said that a little while ago, where he's saying that he doesn't need Tyson Fury, he doesn't need Dillian Whyte, he doesn't need Anthony Joshua, and he mentioned the names of Luis Ortiz and Adam Kownacki. So clearly there is a lot of truth to it, that there is a plan in place for that. But that's not unusual, and it's good in some ways that they have a plan for Wilder. Okay, and that's exactly what they should have had a long time ago, but it appears that they never really had a plan until now for him. But what Eddie Hearn is getting at is that these fights will take precedence over an Anthony Joshua fight, but they want the Wilder fight, as in they want the undisputed fight. Will that happen? Who knows? But Eddie Hearn also has a plan for Joshua. So if he doesn't get the Wilder fight, Joshua if of course he's successful on June the 1st, is going to be fighting next at the end of the year Alexander Usyk, because he would become the WBO mandatory, which would be called next. So towards the end of the year, maybe September, October time, or thereabouts, it'll be Joshua versus Usyk, if Usyk is going to be successful on May that 25th, is it, or 18th, I've forgotten now, against Carlos Takam. So there's a plan in place for Joshua to fight Usyk, and then he's going to have to fight the mandatory of the IBF, which is currently Kubrat Pulev. And then it will be the WBA mandatory, whomever that may be. Currently, looks like it could well be Manuel Char, if he can keep hold of that title. But things do change in the boxing world all the time. People take losses, etc., etc. But Deontay Wilder having a 3-fight plan, Breazeale, Ortiz, Kownacki, is no real difference to Joshua having a 3-fight plan, which is June 1st, whoever, Alexander Usyk, and then Kubrat Pulev, and then a fourth one, of course, whoever the WBA mandatory is. So there's no great difference, but I think what Eddie Hearn is getting at is that they are going to go with those options because they don't want to fight Joshua. They're not confident in fighting Joshua and getting the belts. Even if they were confident, they don't want that fight to be on DAZN, regardless of how much money is on the table. I think that's pretty much what Eddie Hearn is getting at. But of course, the only way that Joshua can get out of fighting Usyk next, and then Pulev, is by fighting currently the WBC champion in Deontay Wilder. If Dominic Breazeale manages to pull off an upset, I think Dominic Breazeale would like to rematch Anthony Joshua for undisputed. Then he gets the 100-odd million, whatever it may be. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. So I'll put the article in the description box. Give it a read for yourself. Drop your thoughts below about it all. Click the thumbs up to this video. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you all on the next video.